my heretical entrepreneurs, how are you all doing? Today we've got another awesome entry in the Heretical Redefinition Dictionary. Today I want to invite you to redefine the voice with which you do your marketing. I invite you to do your marketing in your own voice, speaking about your own personal first-hand experience with whatever it is that you have to say, as opposed to borrowing other people's voices. Because when you speak with your own voice, this is when people respond with you and engage with you and meet you on a level of equals and create a beautiful, groovy, meaningful, fulfilling business relationship. Here's what I mean by that. I am sure that you have heard at least one, if not both, of the following pieces of sage counsel in the past. First one, said by many people. The person I'm thinking of at the moment is an American marketing counselor for whom I have mad respect, and he is partly right when he says, find out what everybody else is doing and then do it better. He says, study your competition, study what they're doing, pay attention to how they advertise, pay attention to what they're offering, and then do what they do better. And he is partly right. As an investigator, as a detective, as somebody who cares about whatever market it is that you care about, then yeah, go ahead. Find out what everyone else is doing. That is very, very important. That's part of your landscape, and your job is to understand your landscape. However, if you couch the terms of your offer, your services, and your marketing in the terms of somebody else's business, you are doomed to failure. If what you're doing is just, oh, I'm Marie Forleo, but better. I'm Tony Robbins, but better. I'm Tim Ferriss, but better. No, because then you're not thinking about who you are. You're not thinking about what you have to say. You're focusing on being better than somebody else, which is, first of all, impossible, because you can't compare yourself to anybody else. And second of all, you're never going to attract people who are authentically interested in the real you. And if you're not meeting people from a standpoint of the real you, then you have no relationship, not in your private life and not in your business. That's not a standpoint from which you can be of service to anybody. And then, so people who say, find out what your competition is and do it better, again, partly right, partly meh. So, understand, but don't act as, oh, I'm so-and-so, but better. And then the other piece of advice that you have probably heard before, and this time I'm going to quote the great advertising genius David Ogilvy, who most of the time is just completely right. But in this particular case, I'm like, you're partly right. David would say, find out what everybody else is doing and do the exact opposite. And the logic behind that, where he is right, is that being a clone, being a Xerox, if people steal Xerox, being a photocopy of everybody else's voice and everybody else's marketing, and not taking the time to think through what you really have to say and just sort of like cut and pasting from everyone else. Like, nobody cares about that. That's boring. That leaves you feeling flat, and it leaves your market feeling flat. And flat not only does not sell, but it is not of service to anybody. So if you are the person who can be a little surprising, that's great. That's wonderful. However, where this advice stops being correct is if you try to be opposite for the sake of being opposite. If you try to surprise just to be different. This is where it all goes meh. Because once again, you're couching yourself and your business in terms of other people. This time you're saying, I'm the opposite of Marie Forleo. I'm the opposite of Tony Robbins. I'm the opposite of Tim Ferriss. And once again, there's no sense of you there. There's no sense of what's true for you. There's no sense of what's your journey. So whomever comes to you is going to be coming to you not for you, but for the people who you're saying you're not. And that is not a place of wholeness. That's a place of anger, if anything, and like a chip on your shoulder. That's your dark side coming out, and not in a helpful way. So I invite you, instead of focusing on how can I be like this person but better, or how can I be the total opposite of this person, to instead take your time to really get to know and understand your landscape, your business marketplace, your business challenges, your business questions, the history of your business, whatever your business is. Get to know it and understand it for whatever it is. Absorb tons and tons of data and stories and history, and like learn everything you can. Be so curious, get to know, and then over time find out what you have to say. And don't even care at all about what anybody else is saying. Don't try to be the same but better. Don't try to be different. Just say what you have to say, what authentically comes up from you. Because then, guess what? I guarantee you that it will be a better you than anybody else could be, because it'll be the real you. And it will also automatically be fresh and unique, and therefore different. Yeah. Go be you. Go find out what the heck that means. Go be you and share you with the world, because we don't have any you yet, and we want you. We want to engage in a relationship with you. So how can you help us do that? Go forth, good luck, find out what the heck that's about for you, and if you want to work with me, message me at jordanadelfeld.com. Good luck.